So you've decided that you want to start setting up your estate plan, but there's some things that you can't get over. Like, why pay more for all the different documents when a will costs significantly less? Or maybe you're thinking, isn't a will enough to cover everything I need? I know I've heard some people say, isn't a will just as good for ensuring my family gets my assets when I die as all that other stuff that people talk about? What's up? I'm Corlendos Scott, the founder of Pinnacle Law Firm, and today let's chat about why having only a will may not be enough. So we'll break down what a will does, and more importantly, what it does not. Let's dive in. First, let's start with the basics. What is a will? Well, a will is a legal document that lays out how you want your assets distributed after you die. It allows you to name beneficiaries for your assets, appoint an executor to handle your affairs, and even designate guardians for your minor children. Sounds pretty good, right? But here's the catch. A will has some serious limitations. For one, a will only takes effect after you pass away. It doesn't do anything to help you manage your assets or care for your family if you become incapacitated. And here's a huge drawback. A will has to go through a thing called probate. Now, probate is a court-supervised process that validates your will and it oversees the distribution of what you have. It can be time-consuming. No, scratch that. It will be time-consuming and probably stressful and costly. Just think about this. Probate fees alone can range from 5% to 7% of your entire estate's value. So for a $750,000 estate, that's up to $52,500 in lost fees. Lost to court and probate charges. Not exactly pocket change. So why might you also need a trust? Well, there are several reasons that a trust can provide protection and flexibility that a will simply can't. Reason number one, avoiding probate. See, with a trust, you can avoid probate altogether. That means no lengthy court process, no unnecessary costs, and no public scrutiny. That's right. Unlike a will, which becomes public record when it goes through probate, a trust remains private. Your family's business stays your family's business. Reason number two, more control over asset distribution. A trust also gives you much more control over how and when your assets are distributed. You can create provisions for multiple generations, you can set conditions for how your assets are used, and you can ensure your legacy is managed according to your wishes. All right, reason number three, protection against challenges. Yeah, see, trusts are also much harder, much more difficult, however you want to put it. It makes it tougher when you have a trust to contest it than it does when you have a will. See, a disgruntled family member can easily challenge a will, dragging your estate through a lengthy and costly court battle. A trust, on the other hand, it provides more legal protections against those types of challenges. And reason number four, ongoing management of your assets. Finally, a trust can provide for the ongoing management of your assets if you become incapacitated. It allows you to designate someone to manage your property and financial affairs, ensuring that everything is handled according to your wishes, even if you're not able to do so yourself. So, is it worth the money to have not only a will, but also a trust? Well, let's do the math. Think about it. Remember those probate fees we talked about? The 5% to 7% of your estate? Well, for a modest estate of $750,000, and I say modest because I'm in California and that's most every home alone. Well, the probate fees on that $750,000 estate is up to $52,500 just for probate. That's before we even talk about the time, the hassle, the public exposure of your private matters. That's 52 grand that should go to your family that now goes to expenses. Now compare that with the cost of establishing a simple revocable living trust. It's much cheaper than those probate fees, and it gives you control, privacy, and peace of mind. You gain control over how your wealth is managed for generations, and you ensure everything is handled if you can't do it yourself. Yeah, I get it. Setting up a trust might cost a little more upfront, but when you weigh that against the potential savings and all the extra benefits a trust provides, it's clear that investing a bit more upfront is a small price to pay to protect what you've built your entire life for your family and loved ones. Now, if you've got questions about wills or trusts, just drop them in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that stuff so you can get more estate planning tips. Yeah, just to reiterate, a will is probably not enough, trust me. So if you want to set up a trust as well, click the link below book a free discovery call with us.